Welcome back to Third Phase of the Moon. It's Blake Cousins, and we're doing the live radio show, taking your calls from around the world. It's incredible what's going on now. The public lines are open. The number to call in is 516-387-1636. If you got a UFO sighting, you want to report or an experience, we're going to be taking your calls. I just want to give you guys a heads up that I want you to keep it down to about 4 to 5 minutes, your experience, so we could get to as many callers as possible. If you haven't watched some of our latest UFO videos on Third Phase Moon, I urge you to go check it out. I want to give a big shout out to all the people joining us on the YouTube live premiere that we're doing, following up on this radio show. So let's just open it up. Let's get to the callers. Let's go to area code 304. You're live, Third Phase Moon. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. Where are you calling in from?
Martinsburg, West Virginia.
All right, welcome to the show. First time caller?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh, welcome to the show. What's on your mind tonight? Go ahead.
Yeah, back in 2001, I was with a friend, and we were driving through Allegheny County, Maryland, and we were driving through the Green Ridge State Forest. And there's about 49,000 acres out there, and we were driving and talking, and then to the right, we noticed a light coming out of the forest, and it got closer and closer. As we were driving, it got closer and closer to us, and it literally crossed over the road in front of us. It was so bright. It was like probably the size of a car, I would say, but we couldn't really make out what it was because the light was blinding. And I say it was about 50 feet in front of us and maybe 20, 30 feet above the ground, and it passed us like within a second. And the crazy thing is about it, since it came out of the forest, there was trees on both sides, and it literally looked like it was going through the trees without disturbing them, and had a glow and like an aura around it. It was frightening, dating at once.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you, so this thing was the size of a car. It's navigating through the woods without any issues. It seems like it's aware of its surroundings, basically like a common drone that we have nowadays. But this was years ago before that technology and the size of this thing. So do you think it was organic? Do you think it was a craft, or was it just like a plasmic orb the size of a car?
I want to say that it was mechanic, because I don't think it was anything natural, like a strike of lightning, meteorite, because the way it was flying level, straight level path, and it was going so fast. And it's really remote out there, and I would want to say that, people in nearby towns that I've talked to have actually seen a lot of strange stuff coming out of those mountains. And it's surrounding, the Potomac River's there, and there's really not a lot of people that live out there. And, there's a lot of strange stuff that happens out there.
It's interesting because yesterday, or about 3 days ago, we posted up a video of these series of photographs that were taken up in Northern California of what appears to be like a flying saucer, mechanical in nature, but it's about the size of a car, and it was going. She noticed it as it passed her by on the road, and it went through the woods and around the bend. It almost sounds exactly like what you're explaining to us. I'm going to be sharing these photographs while you're sharing this testimony, but because I think there might be the same phenomenon in these desolate roads out in the middle of nowhere. These occurrences happen, and sometimes people come across it. So who was with you at this time, and what did they think it was?
A buddy of mine, we were in high school, and he was pretty frightened by it. I was actually pretty scared myself because when it crossed the road, we hauled ass out of there, and I don't know, it's like to this day, I just picture it like it was yesterday, and he he didn't know what it was. He was. We were actually talking about it a little while ago about it again, and he wanted to say it was like a kind of like a laser, almost like because of the glow of it around it, I guess. And he almost said like, as he was saying jokingly, like kind of like a Star Wars hyperdrive almost. Like coming,
you know, it's interesting because right when he said that, I was thinking of Star Wars, maybe a lightsaber, that hue, that glow, that aura around the saber.
Yeah, yeah.
And what if it were like in an orb fashion? It would almost be kind of the same technology, you'd imagine.
Right, absolutely. And I'm actually related to the president-elect on my father's side, so I'm actually hoping sometime in the near future I can have this discussion with him on this subject and see what he thinks about it.
Wow. So you're a relative of the president-elect?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And do you
on my father's side.
Do you think the president-elect will be interested in this subject matter? Do you think maybe you could get in touch with him afterwards once he's this transition happens? And
yeah, that's what I'm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. You know, once the transition takes place, and I guess he has a lot of things on the table, and I'm hoping, in the near future, I can actually have a discussion with him about this, because ever since my experience, it's really changed my whole thought process on this. Because when I was younger, I always thought that, people that believed in that was, tinfoil hats out of their mind. But then when I actually had that experience, it changed my life. So I'm always looking in the sky, always wondering, what is going on. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. That's what we're all trying to find out. I appreciate you calling in. You keep in touch. Definitely give us a call back if you have any updates in regards to what we just spoke about. We'll see on how all that goes. But, wow, thanks for sharing. It's pretty brave coming forward. We got a lot of calls, but you be safe out there. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
All right. That was a great first caller. We're already making connections, maybe straight to the top. If that's how the transition works out, we'll all find out here soon enough. But all we want right here at Third Phase of the Moon is disclosure. We want to have the definite answer that we're not alone. I already think we already have the answer, but people want to be convinced, and that's what Third Phase of the Moon's here for, I guess. They want to look at these videos. They want to scrutinize it. They want to see if they see anything that looks familiar to what they experienced. We got one of the largest archives of UFO videos in the world. That's what makes us the top UFO channel on the planet. And people want to share their stories on this forum. So let's get to it. Let's get to area code 787. 787. You're on Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show. How you doing today?
Oh, hello there. Can you hear me well?
Hey. Yeah, I got you. You a first-time caller?
First-time caller. My name is Carlos Enrique. I'm from Puerto Rico.
All right, Carlos. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind tonight? Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. Today I wanted to share my experience to the most unlikely thing that happened to me. I am a stargazer, regular stargazer. I used to live in my when I lived in my parents' house a couple of years back, like 5 or 4. I used to go out every night at least to take a look at the stars. And one night when I went outside, I do this all the time. I said to myself, I'm gonna do the most unlikely thing, and I know it's not gonna happen, which is I walked outside and I pointed at a random direction in the sky, upwards, using my right hand, pointing my finger to the sky. I said, I'm going to point to the sky, and there's not going to be a UFO there, because that's the most improbable thing that would happen. And where I pointed directly to the sky, exactly where my finger was pointing upwards in the night sky, there was what looked like a star moving downwards slowly. I didn't realize it was a star at first, but then I realized it was moving slowly. And next to it, below it, there was another object also moving, same size, small white star-ish object moving slowly downwards. I found it incredibly unusual that such a coincidence could happen, and so I stayed further a couple of more minutes. After the two objects dissipated with the distance, I stayed there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes more, and I started to see more objects, what looked like to be satellite-ish objects moving in the sky, but I've never seen two at the same time. And then I started to see more randomly appearing from the sky from different directions, one by one, slowly crawling, creeping, and then disappearing. I saw another object from another angle, this time bigger, a small white orb, or not an orb, whitish light, a much bigger circle than what looked like a star. This looked a little bit bigger, and it flashed.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you, what makes you think that these are possibly not like the ISS space station or satellites or Starlink? Go ahead.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I usually a satellite like that can reflect, because I've seen a satellite, a star-based satellite or whatever before. I've seen what they reflect the sun and they make a bright white light. And this is something like that. I saw something like that, but it did it once. When I saw it multiple times. The space station, yes, the space station. But this time, it did it in a way that it was, it's very coincidental. And then I saw many more objects also running around the sky. It would look like satellites. I counted like 7 or 8 more. And I found it extremely unusual because I've seen a lot, I've stargazed a lot, and I've seen a lot of satellites, but I've never seen so many in one night. And accompanied by what looked like a satellite station, and to the fact that I pointed directly to the sky, and at that random spot there was an object moving away from my finger. I found it an incredible night, as if I was being read. My mind was being read. My emotions were being read. It was very emotional for me. I was in tears. I couldn't believe what was happening just because it was an amazing random coincidence with such a low chance of happening. I just had to stay amazed at it. It was incredible.
I think this is the case here. There's a lot of people, they want to make contact. They have an open mind. They give it a shot. The CE5, some people have not even heard of CE5. They just want to make contact. They look up in the sky and say, come down, reveal yourself. And sometimes, these thoughts, they come true. I know for myself, I've always looked up in the sky and hoped to see something. And you see something as long as you keep looking up. You don't see them all the time, but apparently these UFOs are making more and more of an appearance around the world. It's happening. It seems like there's an uptick in the UFO sightings, especially last month. We're getting all kinds of UFO videos. It's slowed down just a bit in the past week or so, but I got a feeling it's going to pick up again. Carlos, appreciate you calling in. You be safe out there. Thanks for sharing your story.
Have a good night.
All right, Carlos. Okay, let's get to the next caller. I like these first-time callers, too. Just people want to share their story. Give us a big thumbs up if you're joining us on the live premiere on YouTube, Third Phase Moon. Let's go to area code 509. 509, you're live on Third Phase. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
First-time caller?
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Go ahead.
My name is Sharon, and I live in above Spokane, Washington. And my son, this was probably 1996. My son was working as a dishwasher. I went into town to pick him up after work, and sitting in my truck talking to the cook that was standing outside my door, looking up at him, and I noticed a star disappear. I went, what? And I looked a little harder, and I saw this ship, and I swear to God, it was huge. And I'm going, what's going on here? Because I have never seen anything or anybody talk about this phenomenon, but it was like 300 million pixels are all going off at different times in the shape of this ship. I go, oh, that's weird. And I saw it for only a few seconds. I watched it, and then squares opened up, 2 bright white, almost blue lights, and they reflected off of the ship, dropped down, and zipped off in different directions. One went east and the other went west. And I gasped, pointing, and I looked at the cook. He turned around, but it was gone. It had disappeared. So I'm thinking that's some sort of cloaking that was going on. I've been associated with UFOs and aliens since I was a little kid, so I wasn't freaked out or anything. I'm just going, whoa, cool. What was that? But
wow, that sounds awesome. What did the cook think of your expression? It seemed like you're in shock and awe. And what did the cook think of what you were just going through? Was he thinking you're nuts? Did you explain to him what you just witnessed?
Yeah, I did. And he turned around and looked really quick when I pointed. And he goes, yeah, I'm from Montana. We see him all the time, So
nice.
It wasn't there for him to see, but he believed it was there for me.
Well, it's super cool. So it was in 96. Have you seen him ever since?
Not that particular type of ship, no. Something went over my house a few years back during the fires around here. So the air was filled with smoke. I was standing at the back door talking to my neighbors, and he looked up and he goes, oh, wow, look at that. And we could see light coming, and slowly this silver, I don't know what it was. There was no markings on it. It just drifted almost roof high. I felt like if I could jump up and touch it. And it very gently went over the house, and I have pine trees in the back, and it didn't hit the pine trees, but boy, it got close, and no sound. And it just drifted off, and off it went into the woods. It was really strange. I'm thinking that it was
that's
man-made.
Crazy.
But
next to a wildfire that's happening. So did your house make it out safe?
oh, yeah, the fires weren't that close to my place, but the smoke was really bad up here from California and Washington.
Getting really thick. The worst air quality at points in that area, definitely. But, well, it's super cool. I appreciate you sharing your 2 UFO sightings. People are lucky enough just to see one. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And if anybody else has seen pixelated ships, I'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. You bring up the cloaking possibility, and I believe obviously they have this power. They're probably all around us all the time. They're just cloaked out so we don't see them. But yeah, anybody out there, if they've seen anything in regards to pixelation, like a lot of them in a condensed kind of manner that's shaped like a ship, you let us know. All right, that was Spokane, Washington calling in. Appreciate it. First-time callers, always good. Let's get to another third phase of moon caller right now. 604. 604, you there?
Hello? Hello?
Hey, how you doing? Where are you calling in from?
Hey, I'm on Vancouver Island, BC, Canada.
First
a couple
time
years
caller?
ago, we were out. Oh, yeah, first time.
Oh, great. Go ahead. What's your story? Let's hear it.
A couple years ago, it was a bright sunny day. We were out in the backyard, getting ready for a barbecue. And there was my daughter, my grandson, and myself, and another friend. And my daughter and my grandson, myself, this sphere came over the house. It came from the east, and it was going west. It was a little higher than the telephone poles, not much higher, so we got a very good view of this. And it was totally spherical. There was nothing on it. But it seemed like when it saw us in the backyard, it did a complete circle, and you felt like you were being watched, and then it just took off. It made no sound, no nothing. And that's it.
That's how fast a UFO sighting happens sometimes. I appreciate you calling in, but you're with people around that witnessed the same thing. What do you guys think it was?
Yeah. We just said, holy smokes, did you see that? And I asked my other buddy, he said, what? And he didn't see anything, but yeah, it was right over top of us when it did the circle, and then it took off. It was like it checked us out, and it left.
Could you have thrown a rock at it?
And it was only about the size of a basketball.
Buzzed you by?
It was so close. It was not much higher than a telephone pole, and it was flying. But you know, when it slowed down, just did everything so fluidly. It was freakish. No noise, no marks on it. It just was a round ball, and it looked like sort of like pink gold. You know that color?
Yeah. That's cool. You know, we've had a lot of people, and I've had personal friends that said that they've seen this like fireball right above them, like telephone height, and they said that it gave off like a static charge or a sound. Was it? You said there's no sound whatsoever, right?
I don't know if we sent something because the three of us looked up all at the same time, and you know, it was just like you're working, you're not staring up in the sky. But yeah, it was just weird. We all looked up, we all saw
the light, maybe an energy field.
Yeah. But like I said, it came so fast, and for us, it just pulled a circle over us, like it looked at us, and then it took off on its way. It was really weird. But yeah, thanks for the call in. I'll be listening.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks so much for sharing, and appreciate you calling in to Third Phase Moon. We got a lot of first-time callers. That's what I like. We got a lot of people realizing that Third Phase Moon is a source to share your stories, and it's really great to have people collaborate sightings, and sometimes people call in and even share video. So you never know what's going to happen when we open up the lines. Let's get to area code 718. You're on Third Phase Moon. How are you doing today?
Is that me?
Yeah, you're on.
Hello?
How you doing?
I'm good, I guess. Yeah.
Where are you calling in from?
As things are. Queens, New York.
All right, first-time caller?
Yeah.
What's on your mind? Let's hear it.
Yeah. So this is my first time down this particular rabbit hole. I've always loved this stuff, like Star Trek, Star Wars. You know, growing up, it was educational stuff and Star Trek, so I watched a lot of Star Trek. And it's just, you can never, even if you see a video, even like, no matter what you're told, it just doesn't, like, I want this stuff to be real. And I guess, like I always said, like, yeah, for sure these things are probably out there, but I guess, I don't know, you know, there's a couple times in my life where I didn't even realize I didn't believe something until I saw it, and like it reshapes. I'll just stop at this. All right, there was this orange orb floating through my backyard. I sit outside with my laptop and I just edit, and one night it was just no sound. It's about the size of a basketball, and I was in shock, and I ran inside to get my iPad, and I did get a clip of it, but when I ran back out, it zipped up over to my neighbor's roof, which is where the clip starts, and then, but still low, like below the treetops, and then I started lowering the camera to see if it would come back, and it didn't, but just hovered there, so I snapped the camera back up, and it shot off to the left, and that's, so at the very beginning, I told people, but I wouldn't believe it either, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So
and
it's just,
I
you
could
want
understand
people
too,
to
because
believe you, you know, and your family or whatever. And then, you know, they don't think you saw anything. Then I'll show you them the clip, and is there a way I can share the clip? I have a small YouTube channel that I did other stuff on, and eventually I decided to put it up.
What's the name of the YouTube channel? Tell us.
Siri, like Apple, Siri, and then Ish, ISH. It's the third newest video. It's just, 40 seconds or so, and it's the same clip twice, just I zoomed in and slowed it down the second time. And like I said, it was closer when I first saw it, and I went back in. So on the video, you can definitely see it's this spherical ball of light, kind of. But if it was a drone, okay, it looked up close. It looked kind of like a jellyfish, but round. And it was outside. It was a sphere, perfect sphere almost, I guess. That's what it seemed like. But inside, it was shifting within the sphere like an eye, like a circle within that circle. That was expanding.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the video. I want to take a look. I urge everybody to go check that video out. Get back to me. Let me know what you guys think, what the callers captured. What's up with all the orb sightings? That's what all the callers are seeing, this incredible orbs, large and small, very close in proximity. Well, tell me, guys, what the heck is going on? This is amazing. You just open up the lines, and the phenomenon is real. People are calling in, and they know it's the real deal. We're going to go to more callers. Give us a big thumbs up if you're joining us on the live premiere, that we're getting to all the callers, as many as we possibly can in this short amount of time. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Let's get to area code 412. How you doing today, 412? 412, you there? All right, we're going to get to the next caller. Erica, good thing we got so many callers calling in. It's not a shortage of callers today. Let's go to area code 918. 918, you're live, Third Phase Moon. How you doing today?
Doing well. Is that me?
Yes, it is. Where are you calling in from?
Calling in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I just want to talk about three different things, if that'd be all right.
Yeah, first-time caller?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead. What's on your mind? Let's hear it.
Well, I'll start back in 92. My wife and I, we were young. Our second baby was on the way. We was living in a trailer out in Sanger, California, on Academy and Clovis Avenue. And my wife and I were up, and we were having a cup of coffee, getting up for the day, and she was looking out the window of that little trailer, and she was staring at something, and she didn't look right. So I looked at her, and I said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "Look." And I looked outside, and there was a giant black triangle with 3 red lights at each point. It had to be about 3 football fields long from one point to the other. Of course, I got excited and ran outside. I wanted to see it. Made no noise, and it was just giant. It floated on by, and that was the first time that I ever really saw anything, and it must have been 200 feet above our head. The next time that I seen something was on my 38th birthday, and that was in Piedra, California.
One sec. Let's talk about this triangular craft. Like, this is insane, because I love it. I've seen one of them up close. There's been a lot of these sightings. The TR-3B, some people call it. It's possibly reverse engineered alien technology. So what do you think? Was this military, extraterrestrial, or both?
I took a look at that TR-3B just because I was curious, and that doesn't look... No, this thing was smooth all the way around. There was no spots where it looked like it was welded, cut on, and it was too big. This was unreal. Like, if I wouldn't have seen it and somebody tried to tell me, I'd have said, nah, especially back then. But this thing was smooth. The red lights, the red color was a dark red at each point. I didn't see any windows. This thing, I don't think it was ours. It made no noise at all.
No, I love it. You know, the TR-3B, or you say it was sleek in design. Yeah, and the one we witnessed in close encounters over here in Hawaii is definitely sleek and is the size of 3 football fields. It had the 3 lights and like a swirly lights around it. I don't know. It was crazy. So go ahead. Go ahead with your second sighting. Let's hear it.
Well, on my 38th birthday, now I had run in and told my family. We were in there. We had 10 acres out there, and we had a trailer out there, and there's three places. So I ran in and woke up the family and told them. They didn't believe me, right? So now 38. I turned 38, and on my 38th birthday, they're throwing me a surprise party. And we live in Piedra up by Pine Flat Lake. And I get home. It's nighttime. I haven't seen something like that in quite some time. And I walked outside. I wasn't ready for a surprise party. So I walked outside, and I was looking over the hill. And I was looking north from where we were at on the porch. And over the mountaintops come one red light. and it was the same exact color, and my brain went straight to thinking, no way. And sure enough, another light came over and another light came over, and it was connected, and it came right over the house. I was like, you're kidding me. And I went outside thinking it'd be nice to see it again, and sure enough, it came. It was weird, real weird. And from Piedra to Sanger...
You wanted it to come back, and it came back?
I had it on my mind. I just had it on my mind. It would just be neat to see it again, because I hadn't seen it in so long. You don't see something, you see something like that, and then a long time passes, you get to start questioning what you saw, And I was thinking about it, actually. I walked outside, and I thought it'd be pretty neat to see something like that again. And sure enough, come over the hill. So I got to go in and yell at everybody in the party that threw me a surprise party. My family was there. Come outside and look, because a lot of them didn't believe me. When they came outside and looked, they were just all in awe. They were like, wow, can't believe what I'm seeing. And I felt vindicated. I really did. And,
yeah, absolutely.
I have one more
could
time.
Tell how you feel, especially when you could convince your friends and just like even yourself that you may have this power, this connection that's out there with these beings, these otherworldly beings.
I thought about that every now and then, after that happened, but that sounds crazy, but you never know. The older I get, the more I learn.
Appreciate it. I bet you it's getting cold out there. You be trying to stay warm and be safe out there. Appreciate the call in.
Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. Cool stuff. People across the country calling in. Give us a big thumbs up if you're joining us right now on the YouTube live premiere. If you're enjoying all these callers across this United States, people want to share their stories. Let's go to area code 206. Been holding on. 206, you're in third phase moon. How you doing today?
That would be me.
That would be you. Where are you calling in from?
I am up here, southwest Seattle. I don't know if you have enough time for what I have in my head on your program, but let me start this at a basic, and I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. 8 years old.
Got about 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. I was 8 years old. I got exposed to some sort of reddish burning ray. I was taken aboard of craft. I talked to two individuals, one that didn't talk but talked to me. The other one was a female, about 5'5", blonde hair, absolutely the most stunning blue eyes you've ever seen, and her voice and her presence spoke inside me. I got hit by lightning here 3 years ago, and all of a sudden,
hold on.
I'm an empath, but I'm more than an empath. And what I'm trying to tell you is they're here.
I just want to ask you a question. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay,
go
great.
ahead.
Okay, so before we get to the lightning, you being struck by lightning, are you aware that there was a report today that kind of made the news of these alien abductees that have encountered Margot Robbie from the Suicide Squad? What's her name, Brett? Margot Robbie plays this superhero on Suicide Squad, and apparently they've seen her while they're abducted. This blonde, blue-eyed girl that looked like Margot Robbie. It's incredible that you bring it up.
Yes. I've talked with her. I've been on board their ship. I spoke with the ship. The ship designation was one of the first on Earth. I have a Contra, an AI, or something in me that is over 2 million years old. And, dude, I got power to kill people if I really wanted to be that nasty. I've hurt people by accident. I'm trying to tell you that they're reaching out. We have a problem. I'm an early warning system. I've been trying to get a hold of you. I tried to get a hold of the ufologists. You can hear my voice. I am not joking. There's something seriously wrong with the earth, and Gaia woke me.
Yeah, we're listening. We're listening. So tell us about when you were struck by lightning. Is this in relation to your message?
Yes. I am sitting in a room that's 24 by 18 feet. There are two windows 18 feet of me. I got hit through a piece of electronic equipment, which is completely safeguarded up to 1,000 joules. It jumped cord, hit me, crossed my chest, down my finger, and it hit my poor cat in the back. And I'm not just talking static. It lit the room up. I came out of the chair. My roommates were next to me. They thought I was dead. Sorry, it takes a minute for the split. Whatever is in me is causing me so much dyslexia and confusion.
Yeah,
right
we've
now.
been in close proximity to lightning. We actually chased a lightning storm, and it, almost hit within, 30, 40 feet from me. So I could imagine what it's like. Like, it's so crazy, the static charge on this thing. So go ahead with your story.
I've been hit by lightning 3 times. The third time, I had a bubble on the side of my finger that for 12 years, if you touched it, agony for weeks. After the lightning hit, something bored a hole from that bubble all the way down to the end of my fingertip and fell out. It was a black shard. And when it fell out, it turned to dust. After that, everything came back. I'm at a confusion point here because I know some of the factions out there would rather see me die or bury me so far that I can't be found. I've actually casted protection over my house, over my family, over my state. They can't penetrate this. I'm not joking, dude. I feel like I'm a demigod.
Why do you think they want to silence you and what you have to say? Or why is this ominous faction trying to take you down?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I had communications and now it's gone quiet on me. So I'm like a computer that got disconnected and it doesn't know what to do now. Because the last thing I got was January 3rd, 2022, somewhere in Nevada, Walker Valley. Red, green, green, blue, green, green, blue, yellow. And that'll be the identifier from them. To let you know, hey, I wish I could say I was crazy, Blake. I could, if I could calm down enough, because you got so many people listening to us right now. I'm sitting here like a vibrator. I can
I know it's not easy. It takes a lot of guts coming forward, telling people your story.
I can smell
brave. Go ahead.
I can smell sprites. I can tell when they're near me because they'll immediately get sick. You heard the story about the gal that produced so much EMF that within 15 meters she killed people. I'm not that bad yet. God, I hope I'm not.
Yeah. Because can you tell me about this blonde being that you were introduced to while you were abducted? Like I said, some people are saying they're meeting Robbie Williams up there, or something that looks or resembles a Robbie Williams.
It resembles, but her skin is weird. It looks like skin, but it glistens. Her eyes actually almost glowed, and when you looked into the glow, with the greens and the blues, it looked like a star map. I mean, dude, I can see into people. And I know right now there's a couple people behind you going, yeah, right, he's full of S. Sorry, guys. I wish I could say, well, your biggest entertainment here, and I'm sitting here going, I know shit that's really scary. And it's not letting me tell it. It's letting me base it off of my experience. I know it's there. It's in the background with his finger on the table going tap, 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 okay. Tap, tap. Earth tilt. is over 23 degrees. We moved 0.4 degrees, and I felt the shift in the last 6 months. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I can feel when the Earth does things, earthquakes. I can't see plane crashes or people dying yet, but let's not go there. I'm pretty shooken up with what I got going on here. And they're telling me I really got to be careful.
Do you see anything?
Do
you see anything positive in the future?
Oh, dude, I see a future that is absolutely out of your mind, gorgeous. But that's as far as I can see. If I start looking further,
I know we're running short on time, but I invite you to call back again. It seems like you've got a lot of experiences. You got a lot of information. A lot of it's still built up inside you. We want to get this. That's why we open up this forum, so people could get it off their chest, or at least have a place to share their story. So, hey, maybe call back next time I go live again, and we'll get you on so we can get into more detail on what you're talking about, all right?
You might want to look around very carefully and see if you get somebody that I automatically go, oh, shit. Oops, I'm sorry. Shoot. Somebody's going to hear my story out there, and it's going to click with them. And there's others out there that'll hear my story, and they'll start looking for me. So somebody's got to get to me before they get to them. I am protected. I've had people disappear that were after me. I can't find them. They're gone. But I will call back. You want to take this number down, you can call me anytime. Anybody that's interested can call me anytime. I'm not hidden. I'm a ham operator. The government knows where I sit, but they don't want to talk to me. And that tells me one thing. They know something I know, and they're going to scare the shit out of everybody. Sorry, I did it again.
Yeah, I know. It sounds scary. And, I am more of an optimist on the future, but it sounds like you're looking into it, and it's going to be incredibly gorgeous. So that's a good thing. But so you're really concerned. You think that you're in danger, and people want to silence you. I could get that from what you're trying to say here.
I've been shot. I've been shot at. I've been ran over, shoved off the side of the road from a ghost car from nowhere. My wife was with me. We damn near died. And they're telling me I died. They brought me back with either the Contra or this AAI to keep my systems working, but unfortunately it's causing me dyslexia. I have spool thoughts. If I get near somebody that's angry, I'll want to rip their face off. But somebody that has absolute love, I'll start crying. I mean, I feel people from a distance. This is incredible. I kind of feel like Jesus. Hey, guys, we need to follow the ruling. And then there's the guys out there like, yeah, right. No more problem. It's up to you guys. I'm here. I'm a I guess I'm a messenger for the future. Oh, I do have a guardian. I have talked to my guardian. The guardian says we will meet. I have not met him yet. I've gotten absolutely silent communications from them. So evidently they're trying to figure out how to fix things. Though the hum, you want to start looking at magnetic graphs of the areas where the hum is. When the hum's the most, you're going to see the magnetic force the most. It's an underground alien Aztec made magnet to increase the magnet force of the Earth so it stops the tilt. And man, I mean, literally, if you're scientists out there, I got answers. I'm a computer until random amounts of garbage upstairs until you apply the right question. Computer, Google, type in search, aliens. I can tell you all about them. I can tell you about L. I mean, I got stories upon stories in my head, and I don't know why. Why me? I'm Mr. Nobody. I'm arthritic, disabled, can't move very well, fall on my face. But now I start feeling people. You gotta keep a sanity.
You never know when it triggers. You never know when they make themselves present to you. There's just so much unpredictability in regards to this phenomenon. Who knows exactly what connects it all? But hey, again, appreciate you calling in. Keep in touch. You be safe out there, and just play cool and see how things go.
Well, let me just state this in parting. They see, watch, and hear through me. They will protect us from anything.
Yeah, even a tilt or a polar shift.
Screwed up
you think
our
they'll prevent that? You talk of this tilt, and maybe some people call it a polar shift. Would they be able to prevent that, or is it too late?
We're going to have to come back with another conversation. Otherwise, other people won't be able to come into this. I affect people.
Absolutely.
Anybody I talk with, I connect with them, and then this connection starts expanding. So tonight, a lot of people are going to go, "Holy cow, he's right." The more I talk to you, the less crazy we both sound. Believe me, I really wish this was crazy, because I'd go check myself into a rubber room and with a my ham radio next to me, and get away from everybody. But I can't. They tell me I can't. I don't know exactly what the message is, but I know that it's going to require everybody on Earth and them and the technology. Because we get hit by another solar storm, and they already blocked one in 2008. I know that one because I felt it, but I recovered. Blake, the pleasure is mine, sir. Remember, red, green, green, blue, yellow. If they do that for me, I'll know they're listening to you, listening to me. And I'll feel a little better. Just believe me.
Yeah, I bet just having somebody to talk to and share this experience and get it off your chest and have people listen to it, it does probably have a sense of relief to it. I appreciate you calling in. Like I said, you're invited back anytime on Third Phase Moon. I wanted to thank everybody who called in. I know it takes a lot of guts. It's pretty brave of people, just to call in, talk to tens of thousands of people that are listening to Third Phase of Moon and share their personal, intimate experiences in regards to this phenomenon. You guys are the best that do this. I really appreciate everybody that calls in. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody tonight, but I wanted to give you a big heads up, everybody. We will be doing our radio show soon, so if you didn't get on the air tonight, be sure to just subscribe, hit that notification bell to be notified when we do this again. Plus, we got an update for you. On the 20th, coming up in just 2 days from now, we're going to have Richard Giordano from Goof On Radio. He's going to be heading out to Scottsdale, Arizona to meet up with Dr. Greer. And our other correspondent, Doc Skinner, is going to be there as well from 1028 Productions. They're going to team up. Doc and Rich are going to go meet up with Doc Skinner and discuss the CE5 event that's going on. We got some VIP passes, behind the scenes, full access to the event. We're going to be posting the video updates and the interviews with Greer over there in Scottsdale, right here at Third Phase of Moon. So get excited for that. We want everybody to keep their eyes on the skies. Appreciate it. You guys be safe out there. Times are changing, and it's changing real fast. So be safe out there. Blake Cousins, we'll see everybody real soon.